With no further ado, I will turn it over to Carol to provide updates on resources, national partners with SADD.
Thank you. All right. So I did have the opportunity to present a little bit about SADD at the July meeting. But for maybe those who weren't here or didn't have an opportunity or aren't familiar, SADD, which was founded over 40 years ago as Students Against Driving Drunk, we are now Students Against Destructive Decisions. That happened in the 90s. So a much bigger overarching focus on being the nation's premier youth health and safety organization. So we offer a lot of different opportunities for our students, both at the middle school, high school, and college university level. We are branching out into that area because, let's face it, they all need to understand health and safety as well. So there are a lot of different opportunities that we offer. I'm not going to go through all these. I went through them in the last meeting, but I did ask Steve for a little bit of time to give an update on some things that we have going on. So, oh, it's insufficient data. It doesn't want to bring up my images. Yikes. Okay. Let me try this another way. Let's see if it'll open up just from here. There we go. Okay, so our big focus areas, number one is on mobility safety. That's why I am part of the mobility safety committee here for KSPAN. So number one, mobility safety, and Bill talked about a number of different things I'm going to touch on here. Substance abuse prevention, personal health and safety, and then a number of other initiatives that we have. One of our big partnerships with the National Road Safety Foundation are these passports to safe driving. And I brought passports with me. You are welcome to take them. They're out on the table. I have hard copies of these passports. In these hard copies, I have 11 tip cards. We now have 12. I'm not sure if 13 has shown up online yet, but on our website, there is an additional card not in here that's on marijuana impairment. Bill mentioned that it's a really big focus area for us, marijuana impaired drivers. If you're not aware, in Ohio, recreational marijuana is being considered, but medicinal marijuana has been legalized. It has led to a great increase in traffic crashes, injuries, and fatalities, which of course spill over into Kentucky. So that is of concern here in Kentucky as well as in Ohio. So we've got a number of resources around that. I mentioned at the last meeting, we were doing a training in Lexington of our Shifting Gears, the blunt truth of marijuana and driving. Yes, I love a good play on words, the blunt truth. So incredible free resource developed by AAA in conjunction with Brown College of Public Health. It is evidence-based, so fantastic to use in the schools. But the Passport to Safe Driving, I have both the hard copy out on the table. I also have passport postcards. So if you do any type of events where you have outreach to teens, 20-somethings, parents, this has a QR code on the back that you can scan and go directly to our site. Feel free to take as many as your hands can grab. These postcards are also out on the table. I have thousands of them, no lie, thousands of them in my basement, and I really want to get them out. So my goal is to get them out. So please take a couple handfuls of these with you. The other thing I will mention on mobility safety, Bill talked about this, the GDL or graduated driver's licensing laws. We developed and they have paid for a postcard that summarizes GDL for Kentucky. I also have thousands of these in my basement. Please take a couple handfuls of these also. These are great for distribution, help people to understand what are the GDL laws in Kentucky. And on the back, there's a QR code to go to one of our resources, Text Less, Live More, which is about digital wellness, certainly about not texting and driving, but just digital wellness as a whole. So that's on the back of that card. So please take those. I also want to mention that in addition to those things, there are a number of different national partnerships, and I mentioned this at the last meeting, but I want to bring it back up again. So for anybody that deals with co-occurring disorders, we have a new national partnership with the Harris Project, CODA, on helping young people to understand what are co-occurring co-occurring disorders and engaging them in doing education around that to their peers. So the Harris Project CODA has a whole bunch of incredible resources that we can implement in the schools. Another one of our new national partners is Song for Charlie, which addresses the fentanyl crisis. So they've got some incredible resources that are addressing the fentanyls and how drug dealers are making them look so realistic. They're looking like Flintstone chews that not even law enforcement can tell the difference between the real pills and the fake ones without having them tested. So this is another great resource. Erica's Lighthouse is a new national partner also that is addressing depression in young people. So free evidence-informed curriculum from Erica's Lighthouse that's available. Safe Bay is, before anyone else, Safe Bay is an organization to address sexual assault. So if this is something that you are aware of in your schools, please connect them with us, help connect to Safe Bay. That's another new national partner. The other one that I'm super excited about, and I want to see all of our schools taking advantage of, is Lead for Change. It is a national leadership curriculum with a framework for community service. It's a great way to get young people involved in educating about whatever issue you want to educate them on, So traumatic brain injury, that might be a great way. They could take that as a Lead for Change project. They have wonderful lessons that can be integrated into different subject areas or group settings, different club settings. It's designed for 6th through 12th graders to get them engaged. They have an opportunity through Lead for Change for them to submit their idea and possibly win up to $10,000. Any SADD chapter is also eligible for an additional $1,000. And if I haven't mentioned it today yet, all the SADD resources and affiliation with SADD is free. Free. Well, free to the schools. I mean, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has funded us here. So it does come at a cost, just not to the schools and the students. So we have these available. I'm really excited about Lead for Change and the Lead for Change Challenge. We also, in addition to the Passports for Safe Driving, the National Road Safety Foundation partners with us on a different topic every year. Last year it was on marijuana impaired driving. This year it's on being an empowered passenger. So we have a national contest exclusively for SADD students where they can enter and win one of 15 prizes. I think the top prize is $1,000 or $2,000. There are multiple $500 and $250 prize awards just for submitting an idea for a public service announcement. It's not a completed PSA, it's just submitting an idea in under 2 minutes. Submitting it through our application form, their YouTube information. So very easy to enter. And it's, again, exclusive to SADD, so they're not competing against millions of students across the country. They're only competing against a couple thousand, because we only get a couple thousand who actually submit, not because we only work with a couple of thousand. The last one that I'm really excited about, and this is a kind of an offshoot for us, but incredible partnership with Equitable Foundation. They've created some incredible financial literacy programming for our students. My background, I used to work for Junior Achievement, so financial literacy was one of those pillars I worked on a lot. I will tell you, I scrutinized this. I really like it a lot. I think it's a valuable resource for schools. So lots of great stuff from SADD. We'd love to be working with more schools and partners across the state. I'm thrilled to say that as a result of this meeting last month and attending GHSA in Louisville, I'm working with the Williamsburg PD and the health department. We're in Williamsburg High School now. We're possibly working with the other 2 high schools, and we have a meeting tomorrow with the University of the Cumberlands to get the students engaged and involved as well in the community. So I'm thrilled to be making that happen. So that's it for me for updates. Any questions? I think I did a pretty decent job of staying within my time allotment here, Steve. Maybe even getting us a little early. Yeah. I did it in 10 minutes instead of 15.